So I'm going to walk you through a simple sample application that will demonstrate how to use CivicID, which is a new authentication service from Accela that is available for Civic app developers to use in their solutions. So if you go to civicid.com, you'll find some summary information and a brief discussion of the benefits of why you should use CivicID. And if you're a Civic app developer like me, and you go to our GitHub account at github.com/accela-inc, you'll see this nice little application called Node.CivicID, which is a Node.js based application that demonstrates how to use CivicID, which is essentially OAuth 2. So the first thing we're going to want to do after you've read through the README is we're going to want to clone this repo. Now let's cd into that directory, and since this is a Node.js application and we've got a package.json file, we're going to install all of our dependencies. All right, so now we're ready to go. So what you'll need to do is the file index.js is the app itself, which demonstrates how to use CivicID from Node.js. There's actually a file called config.js, and you'll need to add some information to this file. So you'll need to go to the Accela developer portal, and if you don't have an account, create one. If you do have an account, sign in, and you'll want to create a new application. And when you do that, your application is assigned an app ID and an app secret, and you'll need that to actually run this demonstration. I've already done that, and I'm just going to move another copy of this so that I can actually run this application. What you're going to want to do is actually invoke the index.js file. So because this is OAuth, what I need to do is I need to expose a callback URL publicly so that the OAuth service can redirect the user's browser back to it. And I'm going to actually use a service called ngrok. Now, if you don't know ngrok, go to ngrok.com. It's a great way to set up what is essentially an SSH tunnel to the outside world from your local machine. So I've got it working here, and you'll see that it gives me a public URL that I can use. And when I take that public URL and I drop it into my browser, I see the very simple login page for this app. It tells me to log in, and when I click here, I should be redirected to, yes, this is the CivicID OAuth service, which lets you enter your account user ID and password. If you don't have one, you can create one. Optionally, you can use Facebook or Twitter to log in. Now that I've entered my user ID and password, when I sign in, I'll actually be redirected back to the callback URL. And that should log me in. So now you can see here I'm logged in, and the app now has my user profile, so it can display my username, my first name and last name. And this is where you would display any account information for the user or any protected resource that you wanted to display to the user because they've logged in now. So to log out, I can just click on this link, and I am now logged out.